Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. And today, we're going to do something. Let's go ahead and close all this out. Are we still in our... Guess we can go to our Puglis. Puglis is fine. Ooh, Gladiators 15. That'll work. And where we want to go to is... No, not that land. Not the Shroud. Right here. Odar. And this is why we want to go there. Let me pull it up right quick. We're having an event this week. Well, I guess it's been going on since August 27th. And it's Monday to September 14th. And I'm finally getting to it on the 11th. So this is called The Rising. Odar, Steps of Nalad. So Jebhebtaya is right there in the city. Then we got the Art of Glass. The Rising Festival is known for bringing a splash of color to Eorzea, and this year's celebration is especially vibrant. Japan's Tia's expedition of stained glass evokes memories of a pivotal moment in history, but he will need the assistance of a willing volunteer to ensure the event proceeds without a hitch. Requirements level 15, so we're going to use our level 15 warrior. Event items. We get a minion. Let's take a look at this. What he lacks in size, he makes up for in heart, and is disproportionately large axe. Okay. Use the item to acquire the wind-up Arbent minion. Alright, it's not available to purchase, so we got to get that. The Sultan's 7, wall-mounted, untradeable. The faithful recreation of the stained glass artwork that adorn the main stages of Odar's Rising Festival. The historic moment when Nanamo UI Nano and her 7 most trusted followers confronted a baying crowd and restored peace to the city. It is captured in all its glory. For aesthetic reasons, however, the artist has widely chosen not to be included in the angry mob. Well, well. So, we can only obtain during this event, and the quest cannot be completed after the event has concluded. So let's get back to the game. And let's do these quests. Go ahead and turn on my iron wheel. Yeah. Now it's not... Here we go. This looks like the place we need to be. But before we go, let's go to System Config. Turn this back on. So there's the painting for this year. And there's Jabin. Art of Glass. Experience some Gil. The centerpiece of this year's Rising Festival is a work of art, courtesy of Garlean Empire, who hopes to foster goodwill among the citizens of Odar. This quest is available for a limited time only. Hello there. Would I be correct in assuming you've come to view my exhibition? You are correct. You see, I'm an artist by trade, and my chosen medium is stained glass. While it's not the easiest thing to work with, the results are worth the considerable effort required. It's taken me a while to reach this point in my career, and this is actually my first public showing. I was wondering if it's not too much of a bother if I might give you a brief explanation of the subject matter. Sure, go for it. Then pray, my good fellow, cast your eyes at yonder paint. 'Twas the final days before the fall of Dalmud. Its inexorable approach foretelling our impending doom. Panic spread like wildfire, while many in their desperation turned on the Soulnate. Looting and rioting broke out across Odal. To quell the masses, Her Royal Majesty, Namno, and I took to the streets with a guard consisting of only 7 subjects, for they alone had the courage to stand with their Sultania. There she addressed the rabble. Heed me, my beloved citizens. The realm lies upon the brink of the 7th Umbra era. Yet, so long as we live, we must not forget our compassion. Now it's not the time to take from your neighbor, but to proffer him the hand of succor. She was determined not to let the city that the immortal flames were risking their lives to defend tear itself apart in their absence. Her words brought the people to their senses. They laid down their arms and set about healing the wounds they themselves had inflicted on Odal. Thanks to Her Majesty's impassioned speech, those who returned from the battlefield found their home much as they had left it, a gleaming jewel in the desert. Sigh. It all seems so long ago. To see the place today, you think that the people had entirely forgotten her words that day. The same hands that were once profited in succor now grasp greedily at every last coin, even if it means one's fellow man must go hungry. It's times like these that we must remind ourselves of the sacrifices of those who came before us, which is why the Rising Festival is such profound importance. I draw inspirations from Her Majesty's deeds all those years ago, and though through my work, perhaps others might do the same. Dear me, I better stop before I'm overcome with emotion. There are in fact matters to which I must yet attend. If I'm not mistaken, you're an adventurer, yes? I have something you might be able to help me with, if you're willing. In addition to having my stained glass on display, it's been arranged that a wandering minstrel give a radical as part of the festival. I'm looking to gather as many spectators as possible, but I fear I'll struggle to cover the necessary ground by myself. Perhaps you could give me a hand. You got it. 12 bless you, sir. I plan to hand out these flyers, and with 2 of us, we'll be able to reach twice the number of people in the same span of time. Thank you. I'll hand them out. If you'd be so kind as to look for potential attendees around the steps of Thrall, I'll head for the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Let's meet there when you're done. There we go. Let's go get some spectators up in here. Looks like there's some potential ones down here, perhaps. Oh, I need to go to the steps. Alright, let's sprint on it. Oh, I just ruined my sprint. I thought I had auto sprint on, but I did not. Alright, do we have somebody in here who wants to attend? No. No, that's a different quest we need to do one day for our gladiator. Oh, here we go. This looks like a place. Obviously, a fluent citizen. Yes. What are we handing over? Rising Festival Flyer. Considering that it is designed to advertise an art exhibition, this flyer strangely does not include any illustrations. Perhaps Jabin T was unwilling to compromise his artistic vision by working with such a humdrum materials as paper. Well, you going? This does sound rather intriguing. If it is the same minstrel my associates have mentioned on occasion, I had best go and see what all the fuss is about. I hear he's rather talented. Yes, he is. Alright, next person. Running through the halls. Noticeably dusty citizen. Got something you want digging up? No, but I got something you might want to see. Take a look at that. I can't say I'm much of an expert when it comes to music and fine art, but it ain't too often a bloke like me gets a chance to sample the high life. I'd be a fool to miss it. Yes, you would. So you don't be late. Alright, where's this third person at? There it is. Eminary, approachable citizen. May I help you? No, but I think I can help you. Take a look at that. With my wooden sword. Stained glass. Depicting the Sultana herself, no less. I've always been a loyal supporter of hers. And it would remiss of me to pass up such an opportunity. I shall be sure to attend. Alright, there we go. Now I need to meet him over here. Because he's in the place where people buy and sell things. The market. Sapphire Avenue Exchange, perhaps. Oh, he's got a crowd of people. Look at this. Alright, Tia. All done? Much appreciated. But I'm afraid I've run into a bit of a problem. I was in the process of handing flyer to this gentleman when my friend Austin showed up out of the blue. As chance would have it, these two chaps are previously acquainted, though they do not appear to be particularly good terms. Uh-oh, disgruntled merchant and asked him. But how am I supposed to pay you back if the amount keeps going up? Uh-oh. If you'd coughed up the money on the day we'd originally agreed, there wouldn't be so much interest to pay. You've only got yourself to blame. But Aston, if your interest rates weren't so high, perhaps he'd been able to pay you back by now. I'm not saying you should wipe the slate clean, but surely you could come to a compromise. Uh-oh. All I want is for him to honor our agreement. What's wrong with that? Besides, I've held up my side of the bargain, so why do I have to be the one who compromises? Sigh, but let's say I give you the benefit of the doubt, that you generally lack the means to pay me back. I grant you 1 week's extension, but if you still don't have the money by then, there'll be consequences. Uh-oh. Only a week? Alright, you damn vulture. You'll get your gill. Then I'll be rid of you for good. Uh-oh. It's trouble brewing. I'm sad to say that such incidents are part of everyday life in Oda. Someone in financial difficulty sees a moneylender as the answer to their woes, like an oasis in the desert, but it's only a mirage, an illusion of salvation, leading them into ever greater debt. Then again, many debtors would borrow money without any intention of paying it back, relying on the endless stream of short-term solutions. Sigh of hope. Those who look upon my art remember the words of the Sultana, and seek to help rather than exploit one another. Those two chaps you saw arguing just now would benefit from it, I'm sure. You know, Austin wasn't always like that. He's picked me up when I was down more times than I can count. We both grew up on the streets of Oldar, with no one to turn to but each other. The only reason I'm even here today, making a living as an artist of all things, is because of Austin and his talent for business. With a few words and a couple of handshakes, he could turn a gill into a gold mine. But as the years passed, it became an obsession. No matter how much coin he made, it was never enough. I wish he'd realized there's more to life than personal gain, but nothing I say gets through him. That's part of the reason why I turned to stained glass art in the first place. It can express my inner thoughts far better than words ever could. Well, my words, at any rate. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Oh, goodness. I do apologize. You must think I'm an awful bore to rope you into helping, only to bombard you with complaints and sob stories. But enough of that. It's high time I return to the exhibition and prepare for the arrival of the Mistral. All right. Now we need to speak with Jabin Tyra on the Ruby Road Exchange. So let's head on back. Alright, where's this guy at? Let's finish this thing up. Alright, it's back where we left him. Got this artwork in the middle of the city. Ah, there you are. I hate to say this, but we've run into a slight problem. And by slight problem, I actually mean rather huge catastrophe. Yeah, where's your painting? So huge, in fact, I need a moment to compose myself. While I'm loath to impose on you any further, I'm feeling I may need your help again, or at least some moral support. Alright, and that completes Art of Glass. So join us tomorrow when it looks like we'll be doing a quest to find his artwork. So until then, y'all take care.